Assalamualaikum. My name is Edina Natasha binti Edinar and I'm going to be speaking to all of you about obesity. The world today is facing various complex diseases. Out of them, obesity is one. The question is obesity an absolute evil? Ladies and gentlemen, may I begin with Malaysia has the highest prevalence of obesity among adults in Southeast Asia. In the 2019 National Health and Mobility Survey (NHMS) stated that 30.4% of Malaysian adult population were reported to be overweight and 90.7% were obese. As for children, 30% of those aged between 5 and 13 years old are obese. You might wonder what are obesity. Obesity is a chronic condition where a person starts to gain unnecessary body fat, which can lead to various other related health issues. For example, heart problems, blood pressure, hypertension, stroke, and many more. In other words, obesity indirectly shortens life expectancy while directly impacting the individual's quality of life. For your information, body mass index, or known as BMI, is often used to diagnose obesity. If your BMI is over 25, then it is considered overweight, but if it is over 30, then you are obesity. Ladies and gentlemen, obesity is hazardous. Each year, approximately about 280,000 adults die from an obesity-related condition. It is something that we should give serious consideration. Not everyone knows it, and some people do not even realize that they are linked to obesity. Cases of obesity are now increasing at an alarming rate in Malaysia, said Deputy Health Minister Dr. Nur Azmi Ghazali. Now that you are aware of the overview, let's begin with talk today consists of the causes of obesity that can lead to death. Furthermore, I want to highlight about what can be done or methods to prevent and avoid obesity. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to gain a deeper understanding of obesity, it is important to learn what the key of the causes of obesity, learn what we are doing wrong as a nation, and take strides to fix it. In most cases, obesity is caused through a combination of excessive intake of calorie, a lack of physical activity, and not enough exercise. To begin with, there is a natural tendency for many Malaysians to gravitate towards very unhealthy meal options. Imagine a nasi lemak ayam with luxurious rendang sauce drilling down the side, the mouth-watering aroma wafting your way, leaving you completely defenseless to any form of resistance. It takes a lot to say no to that. In fact, let's take a look at Malaysia's favorite foods and their calorie content. The table clearly shows that we can agree that the numbers here are pretty high. I mean, a simple roti canai telur is almost 400 calories and teh tarik is more than half of that. We can safely conclude that Malaysian foods are pretty heavy on the calorie count. It's not that we have no self-control, we totally do. It's just that the food we have is too gastronomically amazing, which is why an average level of self-control is not enough. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why the Malaysian lifestyle leads to obesity because of the excessive intake of high-calorie food. Next, let's move on to my next point, which is lack of physical activity. The second worst thing about Malaysian lifestyle with respect to obesity is our daily activity levels. The Nutrition at Work survey by Herbalife found 9 out of 10 Malaysian workers, which is a whopping 86%, spend at least 6 hours a day sitting at their desk. To add to that, 5 out of 10 eat lunch at their work desk as well. That is terrible. In 2004, a study by the University of Hong Kong found that the more people died from physical inactivity than from smoking. Can you imagine that? The study showed that 92% of men and 75% of women had bigger risk of dying from breathing problems related to physical inactivity compared to smoking. If that's not incentive enough to get off your chair every hour or so, I don't know what is. Now let's turn to the third cause of obesity, which is sedentary, or known as not enough exercise. Exercising, joining a gym, going for a run, all these are really not really part of the Malaysian culture. The Nutrition at Work revealed that 86% of Malaysia's workforce exercise less than 3 times a week, and 7 out of 10 workers get less than 30 minutes of physical activity a day at their workplace. Lack of exercise coupled with an already sedentary lifestyle is the reason why Malaysia bagged number 1 in Southeast Asia, claiming the title for most obese country. This is the driving factor of why Malaysians tend to stay indoors, not getting the exercise they need because they are mostly busy with work. Exercise? Never heard of it. Ladies and gentlemen, since now we know the causes of obesity, so what can we do to stop the numbers of obesity keep increasing each year? Like many chronic diseases, obesity is preventable with a healthy lifestyle. We all know prevention is better than cure. The first prevention we can do is exercise regularly. Walking instead of driving. It is common knowledge that the public transport in Malaysia is not as good as it should be. That is why Malaysians prefer to own a car to drive everywhere they go. To cut this and get active, take every opportunity to walk to your lunch place, around your office, or walk up flights of stairs. When the distance is permissible to walk, get those legs moving. Keeping healthy is a mindset, so look out for every opportunity to get active. Exercise, even in moderate amounts. Moreover, healthy eating habit is one of the preventions as well. Every day, aim for at least 5 to 7 servings of whole fruits and vegetables because it is low calories food. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, there is a compelling evidence that eating fruits and vegetables reduces the risk of obesity. Also, reduce your sugar intake as well as your calories intake. It is important to limit your intake of added sugars. It is recommended to not exceed 6 teaspoons daily for women and 9 teaspoons daily for men to keep up with the healthy lifestyle. Let's go deeper. Let's look at the average calorie intake recommendation for a better lifestyle for both men and women. Next, limiting your screen time is also one of the preventions. Cut down on your screen time. Nowadays, almost everyone is guilty of spending too much time with their screens, whether you are playing mobile games or binge watching your favorite shows on YouTube or Netflix. But the more time you spend in front of your phone, computer, or even television, the less opportunity you have to become physically active. Adding to that is the fact that your screen time can also affect the amount of sleep you get, depriving you of your much needed rest. Because for information, sleeplessness can lead to obesity in many different ways. According to Harvard University School of Public Health, people who lack enough sleep become too tired to exercise, and it's decreasing the calorie burn side of the weight change equation. That is why get enough rest and sleep is really important to avoid obesity, as well as limiting your screen time. To summarize, since we know the causes of obesity such as excessive intake of calorie, a lack of physical activity, and not enough exercise, we should be more concerned and aware by everyone in the society as this disease increasingly on the rise nowadays. Catching the early sign of obesity give one of the opportunity to prevent the diseases. As what I mentioned, exercise regularly, healthy eating habits, and also cut down your screen time. Thus, everyone must have well planned for a healthy, enhancing lifestyle. Last but not least, not to mention, all levels of citizens should play their role in helping to reduce the rate of obesity in the country so that there will be a healthier society among us. So I have come to an end. So here are my references for my talk today. Thank you so much for your time.